by extend their hand. The storm that brings harm also makes fertile. Blessed is the grass and herb and the tree of thorn and light. I was lost in the valley of pleasure. I was lost in the infinite sea. I was lost in measure for measure. Love feelings all of me. I was lost, and the cost didn't matter to me. I was lost, and the cost was to be of that society. Jimi Hendrix, I was a nigga, but Jesus Christ named Grandma too. But Jackson Pollock, I was a nigga, 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 nigga. Outside of society, wait for me. Outside of society, if you're looking, that's where to find me. Outside of society, wait for me.
Mm. Oh my god. That woman's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And not only that, you know, not many people on this planet look like Joey Ramone, but somehow the only person on planet Earth that ever looked like Joey Ramone was a woman who decided to be kind of disgusting. Very strange. Um, so, guy, oh, let's see if I can drop the link. Did that work? No, it didn't. Shit. There we go. All right. Grab my coffee. I'm right back, guys. Ugh. So I think my toenails became so brittle and sharp. I gotta start taking a vitamin or something. I've been cutting holes in my sock. What the fuck's going on? I think that's what's going on. I'm not sure. Let's get out of here. Let's get some air in here. Let's take off the parking brake and let's go in reverse. For the camera. Hey, Cindy. Jackie. She falls asleep, then suddenly would. Wait, what's going on? Who? Michelle? Cindy, I don't know who you're talking about. I mean, if it's Michelle, um, I don't know what Michelle's doing. I mean, all while on panel. Yeah, but Cindy, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Michelle? If it's Michelle, Michelle's gonna do whatever she wants. Oh man. So, all right. Here's what happened with Michelle. All right, I get a phone call from Michelle. Michelle's like, I can't deal with all this. She called it like fuckery and screw tube and all this stuff. And I said to her, I was like, well, Michelle, stop participating in these live streams. And I think she's addicted to what's going on here. I mean, I don't blame her. I am too. Wow. Michelle, shame on you. Not really. Yeah, Cindy, she's going to do whatever she wants. I can't tell that woman what to do. I've showered her in gifts, Cindy. I've spent hours on the phone with her. Never sinks in, or it doesn't sink in. All right. Yeah, you know what? And then she complains about something else. She complains about Anderson. Michelle, come on. I think there was a short run with her and Anderson. Then Anderson disappeared, and I still think that Anderson probably got rid of his phone too. She's been on all night and still there. All right, so Cindy, this is the thing. Her parents don't like her. All right. I mean, they love her, but you know what I mean. There's an issue there with her parents. She's locked in that house with her cat. She doesn't really go out. This guy Danny shows up, treats her like crap. You know what I mean? He calls her Mrs. Briggs. He's a funny guy, man. I don't want to get in the middle of what's going on with him and Kimberly. That's kind of fucked up. I mean, it's not actually. You know what? I talked to Kimberly. I'm like, it's not fucked up. It's not crazy. I mean, those two were so lucky that it didn't go any further. Can you imagine if it went further? And I've been in relationships before where someone's changed their mind. It sucks. I'd rather not. I'd rather that never happen, but it does. When you change your mind about something, it could change your life. For instance, that dude that denied Jesus Christ 3 times. It changed everything in the Bible. It changed his life. He understood. One of the disciples, not only sold Jesus out, but the other one denied him 3 times. And then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And Jesus knew he was serious. Game changer. Don't know what is going on with them. Don't think I want to know. Yeah, I mean, put it to you this way. Kimberly probably wants you to know. Jakey Poo probably wants you to know. I denied you 3 times, yet I'm here. Yes, exactly. I mean, the guy could have kept. He could have decided to keep denying Jesus Christ, and what would have happened? He would have been hanging out with Judas. But he chose to be with Jesus. Even though he's still kind of pussied out. It's fine. Everyone pussies out sometimes. But I am not going to pussy out from this upcoming trip to Portland, Oregon. And I'm kind of debating if I should tell you guys when I'm going out there. Because if I do, I think I'm going to run into a lot of fans out in Portland. Let's get over here. This part of Route 17 scares me all the time. So you got this merging traffic on the left, and it comes out of nowhere, and it goes right to 2 lanes. Right to 2 lanes. From 4 to 2. Like, who decided to put a fucking a merging lane, from 4 to 2 lanes? Cindy, I gotta tell you about this woman, Pete. All right, every single time I talk to her, it's like I realize this woman's better and better and better every single time I talk to her. She scares me too. She frightens me. It's one of the most exciting women I've ever met in my life, or the most. I want to be tamed, Cindy. I saw this video of this lion, right? Walking around this park, he had this big fucking mane, and he's just wobbling around the park, bumping into cars. Hey, Monica. Yes. Traffic, yes, engineers, right. We call them Monica. We call them Italians. Monica. The Italians designed these roads, and they ruined it. I don't know. It's like, oh God. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying about Pete? Yeah, I mean she's so the lion. So the lion's walking through this park, right? Cars are there. The lion's bumping up against cars, acting like an asshole. And that's how lions get shot. But if the lion was scared of the lioness, I don't know if he would be doing that. You know what I mean? He probably wouldn't get shot by the hunters or park rangers. Monica, there's very bad word going around about you, Monica. Very devastating words or texts have been sent to me about you. Did you really do that, Monica? I'm not going to say what, but did you really do it? And I'm not going to open up my mouth after that. I'm not going to say another word. And you know what I think about that, by the way? Because I don't want to repeat it, Monica. You're not a lion, just a boy standing in front of a girl. Yeah, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to paint an illustration, Cindy. Like, I guarantee you this. All right, Monica. So, um, Monica, if you want to come up, and not, I mean not come up, I'll post it in the private chat for you. Um, so yeah, like these guys who skydive, I don't think Pete would ever let me skydive. I hope she doesn't. I hope Pete's like, Dave, why don't you go take a shower? You stink. Or Dave, hey, you know what? You're getting fat. Or you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because the only two creatures that I listen to don't speak English. They don't even speak a language. They're dogs. And John's no help. John doesn't even know what day it is. Hey, Jasmine Star, how are you? Pete's packing your shoe. Oh my God! Listen, Cindy. I thought it was over yesterday. I thought it was over. Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave it in the private chat. And if it wasn't about you, wait, hold on for a second. If it wasn't about you, I apologize. You got to remember that I people are. Hold on. Let me put it in the private. All right, I just left it there. Sorry if it's not true or anything. I'm just saying that's word on the street. Let's see. All right, yeah, I'm just letting you know, just so you know what I'm being told. So not not trying to scare you or anything like that or whatever. But and I really don't know who started that. By the way, I'll try to find out. And if you ever want to come back and ask me, I'll tell you. Or you can call me or text me or whatever. 201-264-5003. Because when I hear stuff like that, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of it's just people trying to get other people in trouble. You know. So yeah. So Pete, I'm telling you. never. This girl's great. She's perfect for me because you know I'll do something stupid, and so she'll ask me tons of questions. Not like she's not like she's happy to ask me these questions, but instead of like screaming at me or insulting me or anything like that, she does that. And there's no doubt after the conversation that I was wrong. There's no doubt. And I know exactly what she's thinking, etc. So there's no more questions from me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jasmine, I love Pete too. I listen. I haven't been with anyone in like 10 years. I I haven't had any interest in anyone in 10 years. This is the first person I ever had interest in, and it wasn't because of hate or anything like that. It was because I was being very cautious about the human being that I was going to get involved with, or the next human being. And I'm not saying she's perfect, because no one's perfect, right? She said something that was very interesting. She goes, "What if, like, you go through a midlife crisis, and you change your mind?" And I thought to myself, I'm like, that's one of the big reasons why I didn't like relationships, because there was always that. There was always that going on with people. Everyone's always changing their minds. And then when they change their mind and it's something drastic, you're like, oh, so yeah, that's how much you meant to them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, can't be here anymore. At least I can't. Yeah, Jasmine, it was a scary comment that she made. Very scary. She makes a lot of scary comments that make me think, like, oh no, oh no. Like I'm always on the verge of. I'm always on edge. There's always something going on. I'm like, oh no. And then she calms me down with her logic. And then I realize I'm not talking to a crazy person. And I'm like, oh, thank God. My folks been together 52 years. Wow. I've been married 23. You don't have to change your mind. Monica, I know, but like, you know what? When you're younger, how many times do you change your mind, And these people just run with it. Well, I mean, some people do, not all. And congratulations, by the way. Midlife crisis. Joey went and got a hooker. Red Challenger. It'll be okay. See, first of all, I can't even do that now, Cindy. Like, I don't think she realizes that. I can't even do that now. If I go through a midlife crisis, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Let me tell you guys what's going to happen. I'm going to go buy machine guns. I'm going to start collecting machine guns. She's going to hate that. Because out in Oregon, you can get a class 3 and collect as many machine guns as you want. And I'm going to be hiding machine guns from her in the house. She's going to be like, what is this? I've never seen this one before. Did you buy another machine gun? Oh, life's gonna be great, Monica. Can't wait. I'm overthinking it. I don't know, maybe. Well, I mean, you're supposed to overthink stuff. I don't. Like, I'm not. All right. So she goes, I don't think you're a spontaneous guy. I said, yeah, I don't think I am. I think that I'm very cautious about what I do. Unless it comes to other human beings. Like, so for instance, if someone tells me they're hurt, or they're, they need help, or, I'm a real like I'm stupid for that. I should start thinking like, oh, are these people fucking insane, or who am I talking to? Uh, and also, the other thing that scares me is I don't want to ruin anything she's got going on over there. You know what I mean? It's not like she'd be coming out here. I'd be going out there, and can't ruin that. I've had it for years. What are you talking about, Cindy? I took 2 hits off my bowl this morning, so 2 big hits. Now I'm drinking 100% Colombian. I always do this. I get so paranoid when I go through these easy passes. I always pull the easy pass out and then put it on the top of the cart like this. Oh, what was that? What was that? I think it's good that she talks to you. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be with someone who didn't talk to me. Pete voices her concerns, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I never said there was. I think that it's great. That's why I was telling Cindy every single time I talk to her, I fall more madly in love with this girl. Madly in love. Quit being so scared all the time. Damn. Things are going to be just fine with Pete. I know, Jasmine. I know. You know what else scares me, Jasmine? It doesn't scare me, but I think about it all the time. So let's say I go out there, right? And everything's perfect. I'm going to want to go out there again and again, right? This is going to engulf my life. And then, check this out. And then, I'm going to be like, oh, I want to move out there with her. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, you're supposed to rush that? I'm 41 years old. It's not like I have much time left to make choices like that. You know what I mean? In 10 years, I should be relaxing. Speaking of relaxing, play a very relaxing song while I get stuck in this tunnel. I'll be right back.
I
Um, yeah, okay, Jasmine, I'll stop. All right, Jasmine. Here's another thing. This chance that I have right now is never going to happen again for me. All right, maybe it will. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's 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 very scary. This girl's perfect and she's beautiful. I get nervous talking about Pete's looks. You want to know why? Because I don't want anyone stealing her away from me. I think that's what the Vikings did with Iceland. They named it Iceland so that no one would go there. They would think that it was an island of ice, but in reality, it was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful islands they've ever been to. Sure. Oh, listen, Jasmine, we're adults, right? Come on, you can't be giving that kind of advice. I mean, I know that that's what women want, but that's the thing. And the other thing is, I don't want to be like some guy that just came out from Jersey, and fucked her, and that's it. I wouldn't want that for my daughter. I wouldn't want that for my sister. I wouldn't want that for you guys. I mean, you guys decide what you want to do, but you're not that insecure. No, not go. No, I'm not saying that I'm insecure. I'm just saying like this is a big deal for me, not for you guys, but for me. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just be like that. But I always hear this thing, because I made a lot of mistakes in life. Right. So this thing in the back of my head where it plays out, where I could hear people saying, "Dude, come on, you're 41 years old and you're doing that. You didn't know better." I'm like, fuck, yeah, I did. So there was this girl, right? That I'm not saying this to you know be a dick. I'm saying this to kind of give you guys a for instance. Um, Actually, no, I'm not going to tell this story because then I'm going to have to go through a whole thing. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. You want rain? You should move up here, Monica. It's fucking raining every day now. It's hot, then it rains. It's hot, then it rains. It's already 80 degrees. The sun's not even up. And right now is probably when the Earth is the coolest, around 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30. The Earth cools down for some reason, and then it gets fucking extremely hot because the Earth is done radiating heat. Get to the meat and potatoes, John. Come on. Do you think John's ever met Lolly? Come on. Come on. John never. John. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see John ever doing anything like that to anyone. When John ends up in prison, I'm gonna be talking good about this guy. You know what I mean? He's like one of those. John, in my eyes, could do no wrong. That's how much I love John. John doesn't even know it. John has no clue. John probably hates me, and I don't even know it. It feels like John, to me, John, I'm probably related to John. Telling you, I can feel something. There's something there. I think John's like a distant cousin or something like that. I know you guys hate him. I know people hate him. I'm just letting you know. Some people, get along. Maybe I'm on the same level as John. I don't know. John just reminds me of a guy from school, like a guy that I grew up with. Like John doesn't even have to tell me the truth, you know. One of those people. But I would love to see John smack the shit out of the lolly. That'd be fucking funny as hell. Not beat her up, but like smack her around, you know. And she'd be saying, "Yes, King. Sorry, King." He's a guy. He's the best interviewer ever. John, I think that John belongs on TV. John's great. Can you picture John like explaining things to you all the time? He seems like one of those guys. Uh, he sends me some weird shit, and I have to be like, dude, what is this? He'll just respond with one word. I'm like, all right, that didn't explain anything. That didn't explain anything. And John, that thing that you sent me was the day that I was hunting for you at the Pizza King. The day that we talked to John on the phone, and he told me to meet you at the Pizza King in Cherry Hill. Yes, John is the type of guy that can do no wrong. Just leave your Yeah. Hey, Denise, listen. You want to get rid of a refrigerator? Just put it at the curb. John will come and pick it up for free. I charge you, and then I'd sell it, but John will pick it up for free. Scavenger. That's what my. So, you know what a coat of arms is, right? It's basically like, let's say your family lived in Ireland for so many years, so many, thousands or hundreds of years or whatever. Your coat of arms kind of tells you like what part, like what region you're from, like what your family did, stuff like that. So I looked mine up. You could look yours up, and like if they were going to make one for the United States, I'm assuming all of you live in the United States. If you look it up, right, it basically gathers all this information, and it basically tells you what you are, right? So mine, no joke, right? Mine is scavenger because of the garbage companies. Yeah. John's in deep crap with me, and that's a fact. Why? What happened? He has no room left in his van. Well, he hasn't sold everything yet. He's dumping it out. That's another thing, man. That guy's got to pull all that shit out of that fucking van. I used to do that in the back of a pickup truck. It was easier to hop in the truck, just unless he's really short. He's got to pull everything out. Sometimes you need a push. Uh, Denise, I was thinking about you this morning. I hope you're doing all right. I still every once in a while I'll wake up and I look out my window because I can see where I put the dogs. And I think I always think about that. I fucking hate it. That's another thing about me. I harp I think I live maybe 80% or maybe even more in my head. Like I don't. I'm one of those people. I don't really. I don't really live like right now. I know we're driving. I know we're doing all this stuff, but I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly daydreaming about stuff. Yeah. Sorry, Denise. Oh, guys, there's the free dumb tower. The free dumb tower. So dumb. I don't even think it's called that, by the way. It's called like Tower One or something like that. Just so you guys know. But I think the consensus in the United States is that it's actually called the Freedom Tower. So you see the needle all the way up at the top. So they finally fucking build this thing, right? All they got to do is put that fucking needle up that spire. So they get the thing up there, right? They get it up there, and they go to put it on. It was supposed to be like the first day of completion, right? And then what happens is they get it up there, and the holes don't line up. The holes didn't line up to connect the spire to the top. Believe it or not. Uh, why you call it that? What Tower One or Freedom Tower? Because that's what everyone was calling it before they were calling it the Freedom Tower. Everyone would say, "Oh, you see how far they got in the Freedom Tower," like stuff like you always hear that. You never hear them say Tower One. Where were you on 9/11? I remember exactly where I was. I was listening to Howard Stern. At the time, I had a landscaping company, and we were heading into Pearl River, New York. And Pearl River, New York, there's a lookout into Manhattan, and we all drove there because we're like, oh, there was reports on the radio that it was a terrorist attack or that someone had done it on purpose, like it was suicide or something like that. And when we got there, we heard that the second one hit, and you see it smoking, whatever. And at I think it was lunchtime or something. It had fell, and we went to this lookout in Wookoof Lake. It was actually a Jewish temple, and all you saw was it looked like just like smoke coming like just in the sky from the ground. But I had friends that were going to school at that time because I was 21, and they got stuck out there. I think they're stuck out there for 2 to 3 days. They shut down all the bridges and tunnels. None of the ferries could were operating. Then they opened up the ferries, and it was like you were waiting. I think on the second day they opened up the ferries to get people home, and it took my friend a day to get home. So, and no one knew where anyone was. By the way, no one knew where anyone was. That's what the fucked up thing was, because those towers were the one of it was. It's now in New Jersey. It's in Alpine, New Jersey. But before that, that was where everyone was broadcasting from. Were those towers? So when those things went down, I think whatever happened, they had guys close off this highway, the 9W in New Jersey, and I'm talking like there were guys with machine guns out there and everything. Like you couldn't go up there, and they closed it off. They got that thing fucking working, and then all of a sudden, we started getting phone calls again. But like some phone call, like I remember calling my girlfriend at the time. For some reason that worked, but other phone, I don't know if it was providers or whatever. But if you had a certain provider, I think you were able to get phone calls. But a lot of people didn't have service out there. It's hard enough to get service in the city. Service in the city is pretty bad, especially because these buildings. Now I think it's fixed, but before that it was very difficult. You had to go to certain spots, and sometimes you would see people congregating in the city just using their phones because you were getting signal over there. And the other thing is that I don't know if people remember this, but after that happened, they said that they found bombs on the bridges and the tunnels. I remember that. I remember sitting. I was at my mother's house. We were eating dinner, and I remember they had the TV on and they were listening to it and they were saying that stuff. And I remember that dinner, jets going over the house. You could hear like the jets fucking blowing up, boom, like they were taking off. And that night I went to my girlfriend's house, her mansion, and it was kind of weird because there were no planes in the sky. There was nothing. Getting pulled over. If you were driving around up here, you were getting pulled over. They were pulling over everyone. I got pulled over, I think, like 3 times that day. Yeah, it's scary. Actually, a guy, you guys can look this up. There was a guy who lived in my town in Riverville who they can't disprove him, and they know he was there. He was in the building because he had checked in, and he said that when the building came down, he woke up and he was in this rubble. And he was like on all these talk shows, and people are saying, it was impossible. And then there was some engineer that said, or whatever, said it's possible if there was a slab of concrete, and when heat rises, it will it can push things. So he was saying that there was a possibility that this guy was on a slab of concrete. The concrete hit hot air or something like that, and it pushed the fucking concrete up to a certain point where it slowed him falling down, and he survived. But it's the guy. If you look him up, he was the guy who surfed 9/11. That's what they call him. But yeah, he lived down the street from me. I don't know if that's true, but he definitely claimed that.
Good morning.
Yo, brother, what's up?
Come early, right?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Spot number one, best one, whatever you want.
All right.
That side is big spot.
All right. Thank you.
You're right.
Brian. All right, hold on, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get ready. I just gotta get this shit up. Be right back. All right. Let's see. Grow the voice. Man at the Pentagon. I was so worried until they called. Yeah, Brian. No early riser. His name was Pasquale Buzzarelli or something like that. Yeah, Pasquale Buzzarelli or something. I forgot his last name. Something like that. He was from Riverville, New Jersey. Interesting fact. Interesting fact. He actually lived. I don't know if you guys remember the show Strangers with Candy. There was a show on Comedy Central called Strangers with Candy. Um, what the hell was her name? I forgot her fucking name. But anyway, and Stephen Colbert. That's where they filmed. That's where they filmed A Stranger with Candy. That was where her house was, like right across the street from him. Oh, guys, I gotta take this. I gotta take this. Getting a phone call. Sorry. Now I'm trying to figure out where I'm working today. I might not be working. I might be going somewhere else. Let me call. Ooh. All right, ladies. Got to head to work myself. Bye. Y'all take care. Thanks, Noodles. Take care, Stony. Oh. Now I'm kind of worried, thinking, well, where the fuck are they going to send me today? Because the worst thing to do, right? The worst thing to do is to go to a new site because you don't know what's going on there. You got to talk to people, and sometimes these guys don't want to. They don't want to explain it. They're having a bad day, you know. And then you get the attitude, and it's like, dude, come on, man. You know, I'm not here to fucking to ask you a million questions. I got it. I haven't been here before. Oh, let's listen to another song until I find out.
Bring in the mob! Bring in the mob! We need a mob boss to run the states. We need a leader who kills police. But no, Democrats! But no, elephants! Resurrect the dead! Bring in the mob! Take up the gun and get his DNA, or clone a Teflon to clean the slate. But no, politicians. But no, Freemasons. Bring in the mob. Bring them in. Bring in the mob.
You know, you never know how dirty your teeth are until you start flossing the ever living shit out of them with these floss picks. I'm addicted. If I'm not smoking, I'm flossing. Mm. And they had this wonderful pick at the end. I had a chicken burrito last night. That's why. So I don't usually floss at night. I only floss in the morning. Now I'm starting to think, oh man, I should be fucking flossing at night. Yeah, I'm pulling like a lot of fucking shit out between my teeth. This never happened before until that fucking stupid crown broke, and now my teeth shifted. Oh my god. You know what? I think I'm gonna invest in a water pick. Broke that one. Yeah, if you get the water pick, just squirt your teeth though at night. It just sounds like a fucking mess. I can't believe today's already Thursday. It's fucking crazy. This week went by fucking fast. Oh, and today is the day that I gotta buy the plane ticket to go out to Portland. Or else Pete said she's gonna cut my balls off. So I gotta see if I can, because I'm gonna take a full week. I told her, I said, you know what, fuck the 4 days. Let's just do the whole week. We'll know for sure. We'll know 100% for sure. Plus, I could do for a good week of orgasms, provided by another human being. That'd be great. Let's see. Beasley's live. I gave him your hey. Beasley goes live? See, I didn't know that about Beasley. Oh, Jasmine, sorry. I hate that. Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst. I don't mind, if you were to tell me, oh, I thought it was Monday, I'd be like, oh, no, congratulations, it's Thursday. But you're saying you thought it was Friday. Oof. I mean, unless you work Saturdays. That's the worst. Oh, I didn't know that about Beasley. I'm being serious. What's the channel, by the way? I gotta start going over there. And Beasley's another guy that he can't do any wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get Beasley. I know what's going on. He's not a you know. Oh, where the fuck is this guy, man? Oh, it's Beasley for president? Alright. I gotta sub up to him. I never knew. I mean, I knew he told me that he was like, he doesn't do a show anymore because they ban him from YouTube or something. That's right, I forgot. I gotta put on my neck covering. My neck knife. always carry around a neck knife, and the reason why is because the neck knife. I'll show it to you guys. So I have one of these. It's a smaller one. Um, I carry it, on my neck, right? So, like if I'm up on a ladder, a lot of guys carry around these box cutters, right? And you always see these guys cut themselves with these box cutters. What was that? I'll show you my other one. Is that here? Yeah, this is my other one I used to carry, but it's like it's bigger, it's longer. So I got a small one. I keep spare electrical tape around it, just in case I need it in a pinch, of course. But it's this was instead of a box cutter, I carry around one of these, and these Mora knives are the best. Mm. Noodles, be sure you sub to me. Wingstar and I are gonna. Oh, really? Jasmine, convince Wingstar to meet up with me or something. If you guys are gonna do that, Jasmine, she lives right down the street from me, and I haven't pushed this, but I mean, if you guys are gonna start doing something like that, come on. Don't want to put it in the. Hold on, let me see what you just text me. Oh, really? Can you elaborate on that, secret text messenger? Because like, what do you mean, like, not our crowd? Just out of curiosity. I mean, is he gonna? Yeah, Jasmine. Listen, Jasmine. I don't understand. Like, I understand why, but oh, it's that bad. Oh, all right. Well, maybe I'll just go lurk or something. I don't know. So Jasmine, I mean, I get it, but it's not like we live in the fucking woods. You know what I mean? I never contacted her because after that live stream I did, I thought maybe I didn't know what kind of person she was. I should have asked someone first, and my fault, and I felt bad about that. And I never tried to contact her ever again. But maybe someone needs to talk to her, and I mean, I know where she lives. It's not like I don't know where this woman lives. I know exactly where she lives. Unless they moved. And it won't be a big production either. It's like I'm at her house in like 5 minutes. It's not like I'm driving across the country to go run into Wingstar. Maybe Michelle K thing scared her. Oh, yeah. All right. You don't have to say maybe. You can say that's what happened. Then I totally understand. But I have a feeling that whoever Botter is will never do anything to Wingstar. You ever notice that? You ever notice that Botter never talked about Wingstar ever? Badr doesn't have emotions or feelings like me. Badr is a terrible human being. That sounds interesting, Cindy. But Beasley's a good storyteller. Great storyteller. I really enjoyed talking to Beasley, or when I do talk to Beasley. Michelle K literally had no boundaries. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that Michelle is willing to participate. She just doesn't want to be harassed. You know what I mean? Michelle did a great job, by the way. Michelle K. Unfortunately, some people don't like other people, so instead of not watching, they try to run them off of YouTube. It's like, well, come on. Noodles, you confuse me. What do you mean? Monica, that's how I started with Noodles, about Michelle K. Yeah. Oh. So here's the thing about Michelle K. I've had several conversations with her about this. I told her exactly what's going on. And she keeps telling me that, oh, I can't do this, I'm not coming back. I'm not, whatever, it's fuckery, it's whatever. Okay. Whatever you want to do, Michelle. But then she keeps doing it. And then she complains about it. I'm like, Michelle, they do the same thing to me. The same thing to me, Michelle. I'm just telling you what you got to do. Ugh. What, Cindy? Cindy, listen. You know what I'm talking about with her. And Cindy, nothing's really going on over there. Like, I don't blame her. As much as she hates this place and she hates the people here, she wants to participate, and it's because she gets a response. I don't know if she likes the response, but she's getting a response from people. I think she's funny as hell. I think she's funny as hell. I think she's great. I would I would love to do a show with Michelle, but it's never going to happen because of the harassment. You know. And I hate these YouTubers that are like, you got to toughen up. That's easy to say. I would never tell anyone to do that, and I never told Michelle to do that. I just told Michelle what I do and what happens to me. Yeah, great. Like these cops over here in the ambulance, the fire department, they run around with their lights on, right? And they don't go anywhere. They just sit there. They just sit there in traffic, just like everyone else. That's what's crazy about when I broke down on the Henry Hudson or on the Harlem River Drive. I called 311 maybe 4 times. It took them like 4 hours to get to me. Cop finally shows up and he's waving at me from the car. He doesn't even get out. And I'm like, what? He's like, just stay in your car. Like, someone will be here soon. Yeah. Okay. Knock yourself out. Okay. Loud. I swear I'm 1,000 always. Monica, you're a do 100%. Oh, you're a doll. Sorry, I thought those were all. Oh, that thing on my leg's finally going away. Great. I was so happy. I woke up this morning and the swelling went down. It's a little bit hard still. I think that whatever's in there, the infection's still there. But it's going away. The amoxicillin that I used, I doubled up on the amoxicillin for the first 2 days. I just fucking killed myself with amoxicillin. I had the shits last night. I woke up like twice to shit. That happened, and I'm feeling great, except for my back. My back is the only thing slowing me down right now. Yes, Cindy, it's very good news. The spider bite, yeah. So this isn't the first time this has happened to me with this fucking. So I don't know if there's like a certain type of spider that I'm highly responsive to or something like that. But I got bitten on my hand one year. They almost did surgery on my hand. It was so bad. My hand swelled up. I couldn't even close it, and they cut a hole in the top of my hand because they thought that they were going to drain something out. Nothing came out. Nothing came out. So they were going to get a hand surgeon in there, and I said, no, I don't want you guys doing surgery on my hand. It's a fucking spider bite, right? So they're like, well, and they're like, all right, well, we can put you on IV for 3 hours. I think it was like 3 hours or something like that. They put me on this antibiotic, and I could be getting the stories confused, or because I was in the hospital one time before, and I got like red man syndrome from it. They pumped so much antibiotic into my body that I had red man syndrome. My skin turned red, and I go home. They gave me some pills, like like some other kind of shit, and they said if it doesn't go away in a week, call us. You got to make an appointment. We gotta bring you in for possibly surgery. I think to myself, for what? For what? It's a fucking spider bite. So this is this is why it scares me. And I did find another bite on my stomach, like right by my belly button. That's why these people say, "Oh, spiders are good." No. Here's the thing: I have a lot of rooms. Or I have like a room in my house. I don't go in. There's always a room. Before John was there, like there were 2 empty rooms. I only stayed in one of them. And to be honest with you, there were a lot of nights that I just fucking crashed on the couch. I was living like a true a true bachelor. True bachelor. I'd fall asleep wherever the fuck I wanted. So maybe I got to go in there and fucking clean up that one room. There was that one room that I had, right? When someone would move in, they would always have like boxes or something, and they'd be like, "Hey, listen, like is there any way I can keep a box, in case, or these boxes just in case I would, when I move out?" Because they had to buy the boxes to move everything. I said, "Sure." I'd say, "Put them in that room." And then there'd be something. "Oh, I got this piece of furniture I don't want anymore. Can we put it in that room?" "Hey, go put it in that room." So it became like kind of a room where people would keep their stuff when they were living at the house. And then when people would move out, they would always leave stuff behind. I have stuff in my house. I don't know why it's still there. I just gotta throw it out. These people are never coming back for it. What kind of spider turns the skin black? That's not a brown recluse. I don't know. I know my cousin got bit by a brown recluse like 10 years ago, and it was bad. He got, they had to do surgery on him. So I think they got to cut that shit out. But I don't know. I don't know, Cindy. I was supposed to get a phone call back from him. Let me see if he texted me. No. So either I think I might be going to that new job. I'm not really sure yet, but I don't know where the fuck this guy is. He said 5 minutes. Hmm. He's coming in from Queens, so it's like it's hit or miss sometimes. They don't live that far away. I live farther away, and sometimes it takes him longer to get to work than me. There's no easy way to get in here from Queens. So I got the ride to the airport. John's gonna watch the dogs for a week. Um, all I really need to do is make sure that I have enough money to, hang out there for a week and do shit. I mean, what am I going to say to her? No, we can't do that. I can tell myself that, but not her. I don't think Pete's. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I could ever tell Pete no. That might be an issue. And we if we have a daughter, oh my god, oh my god, my daughter's going to get away with murder. I So Monica, I don't know if I want to tell everyone when I'm going out there because I know that those two creeps live out there, Melton John and Bergs. So I think I'm gonna kind of do a sneak attack on them before they can even try to confront me. I'm gonna confront them first. I know, Cindy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, he's here. Let's go see what the scoop is. What? Oh, we're going to Prospect? Dude, what the fuck are you doing in Prospect? But what are you doing? There's nothing to it. I'm feeling right. I mean, the only thing I can think of is finding out about running that, where you can start running. But well, so I told Dad, I was like, we're gonna put the rings right before the stop ups. At least get that out of the way. 'Cause we know that's there. You know. Did you pull a spider? They're trying to get on that thing after work. Holy shit. Yes, but that's right. We're gonna fucking go all the way around. You can't make the U-turn anymore. They say they got rid of the U-turn. It's right how long Street. Yes, sir. What's up? Yes, sir. It's that Dennis showed up. Yeah, let's go. He knows where he's going. Did he download everything? Did he do the programming there? There's no programming for any of that equipment. Did he program any of that equipment? So I think what happened with that is, you're like Jose. So Jose's supposed to start those things up, right? And then on our end, we're supposed to see it respond, and we're supposed to be able to control, right? I think what's is we did this upstairs. We programmed something actually into the drive, and it limited it to only a certain, unless that board's fucked up. Two coffees, milk, one sugar, please. Wake up, Jack Sparrow. So yesterday, I came early, right? Driving around, and I see that really crazy guy. Remember the black guy with that was hitting people? Dude, so I see him, and he's like, whatever. And I was like, all right, let me find him. Let me buy him breakfast, right? He was standing outside that fucking, whatever. So I gave him money, right? I circle around the block, and he's fucking in the garbage can eating garbage. Yeah, but I don't think, what the fuck is he doing? He's crazy. This. What's that? Oh, sorry, Spirit Assault.